Here in Winnipeg, as the Sens get set for a couple of meetings with the Manitoba Moose, we're with head coach Dave Bell. Coach, obviously things didn't go the way you would have liked in Laval last weekend. Tight game in the first contest, I guess, and then things get away from you in the second game there. What did you make, I guess, of the weekend overall, and what was the difference, perhaps, with those two games as opposed to the four previous?
I think, we were lucky to get 1 point, obviously, to get that late goal in the first game, but I think we got away from our identity. I think we had established an identity. We played a certain way and had success with the previous 4 games, and then, it happens, teams start feeling good, and they start to play and try to do a little bit more, a little bit extra, and then it slips, and we couldn't get it back on the rails and start to cheat and start to, not do what we're good at, and ends up a 7-2 game. So, got to reel it back in here.
Yeah, we always talk about the teaching opportunities with such a young team and guys who are going through a lot of this stuff maybe for the first time at the pro level. What were the teachable moments out of last weekend?
Well, to stay in structure, and we talked about it before the weekend started. I think we had 7 players that had not played in that building before, and momentum's a big thing in that building when the fans get rocking, and it influences the game, it influences the officiating, it influences everything. So it was the first experience for those guys to do that, and just how do we calm that down and block that stuff out and just play a simple game and maybe have a couple saw-off shifts, just nothing boring shifts to get it back to even keel. So hopefully we learn from that. But again, watching the video of it, when you stay in structure and you stay at the things we want to do, we were able to handle them in the D zone and we were able to break out. And then when you get away from it, they're a good team with good players. They exposed us.
I wanted to get a thought just on Jackson Parsons as well, obviously suffering his first loss. But how has he kind of responded and bounced back from that here after a practice in Winnipeg as well?
I have less than zero concerns about Jackson Parsons. I talked to him on a timeout, didn't want to come out of the game, wanted to continue to battle, which is a credit to him. And again, like he always is, one of the hardest, if not the hardest working player on the ice today. So zero concerns with him.
Phil Daou is now the team leader in points, and he's among the league leaders as well. What have you noticed from him, and maybe how much has him getting through a full season last year made a difference coming into this year?
Well, a full season, but a full summer too. A full summer of training where he wasn't rehabbing. When you're rehabbing versus training, that's a big difference. So he's in shape. He's in better shape than he's ever been. He's stronger than he's ever been. So, and then also with that, you're not second guessing yourself because you're healthy. So his confidence to go into dirty areas or traffic areas, I think it's just a combination of all that. And then he had a good start. So, when with a good start comes confidence, and confidence, you can do a lot of good things with confidence.
School day game, 10:30 a.m. You guys had that last week or 2 weeks ago in Belleville. Is there any preparation that changes from a normal 7 o'clock game to that?
Just our video schedule. Obviously, I don't want to jam them all up. We usually break it up into some in the morning and some at night. So with that being eliminated, we do different things. A little bit today, a little bit over Zooms, and a little bit sent to them in their messages. So other than that, get up, a little bit more activation to get them waking up in the morning, and away we go.
And maybe just a thought on what to expect from this edition of the Manitoba Moose. I know you'll be focused on things your guys need to do well, but what are the areas that you have to be aware of from this week's opponent?
Sounds like a broken record, but super active D. A lot of D that really jump up into play, shrink their offensive zone, and they're busy. So got to contain their D, can't let them beat us up the ice and be a factor.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.